I'll wait right here. Let me hand you.
Inside the train at all times. Please make sure that all little ones do remain seated as well and are kept away from those openings. Our next stop, Tomorrowland Station.
Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Bye.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountains.
Full blast, full blast.
We're now steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
We are approaching Tomorrowland Station. If you are looking to start Tomorrowland Station, once again, please remain fully seated until you see one of those special exit gates open. Once again, friends, if you do exit before us, the line to exit will only be longer. Once again, friends, please remain fully seated until you see one of those special exit gates open, and have a good rest of your night.
Welcome to the Disneyland Railroad. Make sure you remain seated. Your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Parents, supervise your children. Keep them away from our train door openings in the middle of the train. Our next stop will be New Orleans Station, but we'll be taking one big grand circle tour all the way back to Main Street. So please stay seated, folks. Have a great time.
Backpacks, you know, the Disney ones, the one that I use, they're going on sale tomorrow.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom.
They look like
We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
I thought you had one in your bag.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails.
Trying to get to the train.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you're not so.
Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country.
From the castle,
If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting on.
Yeah, that's beginning to cut it.
For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square Station. New Orleans Square.
I gotta squeeze in a ride. I tried to do a credit coaster. Yeah, I bought the sourdough bread. I told you this is where we buy our bread.
What?
Yeah, they just have the best bread here. So I buy the sourdough bread at Aunt Casey's. They slice it there and I take it home, and that's the bread we use for the pizza.
You mean the one?
Alrighty, folks, we're now approaching New Orleans Square Station. Please remain seated once again. This is a grand circle tour. There will be no exiting the
I've
train.
done that one before.
We'll stop here
That's cool,
temporarily.
but I know how to cut
We'll
that
go
one.
in here in
That
just
one
a
you gotta
minute.
bake. We
Thank
gotta
you.
bake that one. Yeah, we have a toaster oven. You have to put it in a bake setting. Really slice it in half. That's what they recommend. But I just buy the loaf and they'll slice it there for you. Just the bag. Just a little bag. And they got my name on it. So this thing has worked great. You don't have to do it. Not at
Oh
the
yeah, but
matter.
you can't buy them there.
No, but you bring it with the receipt.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just do
yeah.
it.
And what do they charge you for putting it in?
Like $7. But that way, I mean,
Alrighty,
we
folks,
found
we filled up our engine with enough water
thread
to
I
get
got,
that green light.
glow in the dark.
Once again, please remain seated. Go ahead and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the
it
train.
turned out I just
Parents,
got
please
this on a
keep an
whim.
eye on your little
I
ones,
just
keeping
ended
them
up
away from our
with
train
it
door
there.
openings in the middle of the train. Our next stop will be Toontown Depot.
I wonder why they're keeping that light on. That
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the
not
Disneyland
the outside one,
Railroad.
on the inside.
To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
A lot of the construction work on it. Work on this one. The trip's working on it today too. Yeah, I've seen my own window at night, especially once the park is clear. That's the perfect time. That's when I'm coming and working from like 2 a.m. to 7
Wherever
a.m.
there's magic, there's bound to be surprises. Blue skies and sunshine guaranteed.
I got my new DAS.
Oh, did you struggle or was it?
I told him right
Speaking of surprises, this place we're passing over is chock full of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and other beloved critters on fun-filled adventures where anything can happen.
And one lady was, here's down the line, well, this is what we do. It's mostly perfect.
By the way, sitting right there is great.
Yes, I know. Well, I don't ever really sit there.
As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant,
Especially when
past
that was
Outpost most of these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see.
So, you know, and then they took me up to a window, and I was talking to the lady, and I really just couldn't hear her very well. She said, maybe I should come out and talk to her. And I said, oh, I mean, I didn't know. No, it's fine. And she came out and talked to me.
There is the revered Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the Great River Valley below.
Don't know what's going on here. It's very suspicious. And, you know, they all things about autism. Weird stuff, but they take other things.
People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams and the stories that went with them were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable, like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness.
When you were walking through the car, did you notice the beast sounds?
Oh, it's my favorite. It's so quiet and clean. I love it. Yes. I love it. Yeah, and they turn it up at night. I love it. It really sounds like something's walking through it.
This tunnel signals our transition from the frontier to another kind of gear, the ones you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is
Wonderful night. Sunday nights.
official train station for Mickey's
That's a great hat, by the way, Bill.
cartoon home
I like
where
it on
Mickey,
you.
Minnie,
I like that
and
there's
all
some
their
color on there,
friends
you
live.
know?
Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. Have fun and say hi to Mickey and Minnie for me.
Alright, folks, welcome
My
to
wife
Toontown
laughing.
Depot. Once again,
My wife
please
couldn't stop
remain
laughing.
seated as our train comes to a full stop at the
I
station.
bought
Once again, there will be no exiting this train. This will be our Grand Circle
For
Tour.
Halloween, I'm gonna dress up
Thank
as
you.
that.
We'll get going here in just a minute.
So I get the handkerchief, the got shirt. They were great. I gotta go get them now. So,
What do you think that
Folks, welcome to the Disneyland
usually at
Railroad.
that point I
Welcome
go,
to the
they're not
last
gonna
Grand
open it
Circle
up.
Tour
Or
of
are they
the
gonna
night.
open it up?
Make sure
for
you
4
remain
minutes, right?
seated. Go ahead and keep your
Open it up.
hands, arms, feet, and
And I
legs
just walked
inside
into
the
the
train.
ride. It was wonderful.
Parents, please make sure to supervise your children, keeping them away from our train door openings in the middle of the train, either seated right on your lap or on the seat next to you. Our final stop in this train will be Main Street, USA. So get nice and comfortable and enjoy the ride.
So, can you recommend
And please watch your kids.
algebra, beginning
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a
what I would
bordo.
recommend?
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños.
kind of
Gracias.
an all-encompassing type
As
of
we
thing.
leave Toontown Depot, we
buy
get a
one of those
real
steady
nice
guys.
view of the
They're really
happiest
good.
land of them all,
And they're actually all online
Fantasyland.
now.
You can see
And,
people
if you do
stepping
that,
onto its a
you get a
small
good-
world just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain.
free calculus or what?
Yeah, like through high school. Like stuff you need to know to teach high school.
Yeah.
So that's a real nice start. And then from there you can like the small world people.
Because I've been, there's this guy online who does really good. He has full and complete courses for free algebra, advanced algebra, algebra 1, algebra 2, whatever it is.
It's good for keeping your brain sharp.
I think
Yeah, my wife, I told you she was not that good at math, and they made her a math specialist. In order to keep the job she had to do it, she is great at math now. She was a few days ahead of me. She has a lot of training. And
We're now steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and starscreamers, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail and us are the fun-filled roadways of Utopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
They had a photo machine where you go take photos with it, right? It was great. I came to the park afterwards, so I was there. So look, I took a photo with my wife. You know?
Alrighty, folks, your approaching Tomorrowland Station. Once again, just remain seated. There will no be exiting at this time. Our final stop will be Main Street, USA.
So I went to
Stay seated. We'll get going here in just a minute. Thank you.
I told my wife, I'm gonna go to my new lab. I said, I'm gonna take a photo with my new lab. And I took a photo with the ice cream cake. They're laughing. I kissed it. I was just having a good time. You know, especially with you know, and I was surprised at the amount of people that were here last night versus tonight. I just like last night, especially at this time, I think people are just done. And they're done with their vacations, or they're going home.
All right, folks, welcome to the Disneyland Railroad and the final Grand Circle tour of the night. Once again, please make sure you remain seated while our train's in motion. Keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Parents, please supervise your children, keeping them away from our train door openings. Our final stop will be Main Street, USA. But to get there, we'll head through the Grand Canyon and the primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. As a courtesy to other passengers, we kindly ask no flash photography or video lighting. You might scare those animals stiff.
On one train trip.
And no any lighty toys, please make sure to turn those off. Thank you, and enjoy the ride.
Stop the train in the rivers of America.
For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuida a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
I have never seen the train. It's been a long time since I've seen it stop. Literally, they had to stop it. And they did it with suitcase in there. And they had to stop it, and they got it home. I'm really glad to talk to you. Very happy to see you. Lori. So I was telling my wife. Because you are also retired. We have to be late. Hey, that bike tour, by the way, great place to ride the bike. That we were talking about.
Yeah, I had to get out and I had to move the bike.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time, way back in time, to the fantastic past of the primeval world, land of the dinosaurs.
What's great is sometimes as you walk the tracks, it doesn't move all the time. It stops moving. Sound dies out, and it's still. When the train is not coming at all, it's life. I was remembering that how by and I was with the dinosaurs. I was drinking with the dinosaurs and I was reading.
We're now returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon. For those of you staying with us, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
Your last day, they just walk you out and I'm like, this is some bullshit. They escort you out like a criminal.
Alrighty folks, welcome to Main Street USA. Make sure you remain seated until our train comes to a full and complete stop. And have a great rest of your night.
That always bugs me. And they make you turn in your name tag. I get to lose lost. And I had like 3 name tags at home. I'd always like people. And if you come without one, you know, you're Paul today, you're Mike. You just keep going.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking.
You too. Bye.